everybody, how are you all doing? This is Eric Comley and this is On the Ground. These are the segments that I've been doing throughout the spring to kind of showcase some of the beautiful spring wildflowers that we have throughout Kentucky. And you know, I can't do all orchids and cool lady slippers. Sometimes we have to find the things that we find, and regardless, this one is still amazing, and to the fact that I found it here. So today I'm actually at the Jessamine County Extension Office, and I'm with my friend Kathy Weaver, and we have been cleaning country hams with 4-H members today, and Carly Giles, and it was just recently her wedding, so congratulations to her. She's married now. So I'm here at the Jessamine County Extension Office, and we were cleaning country hams, and I looked out and I thought, oh, well, look at there. There's a plant that we can talk about. So this one is actually called pink stone crop, or it's called widow's cross. And the scientific name for this one is Sedum pulchellum. Okay, to give you a little bit about the etymology of this particular plant as far as the name is concerned, sedum, the genus, actually means to sit. Okay, so it comes from the word sedeo, S-E-D-E-O, and sedum is S-E-D-U-M. And then the epithet, or the species name, which is pulchellum, that actually means beautiful, and it's in reference to the flower that you see. So it's called, like I said, pink stone crop, or it's also called widow's cross. Now, the reason it's called cross is because if you look at the flowers, and this is kind of a, I mean, you might think that it's just from the actual shape of the top of the inflorescence there, but when you look at the flower, it actually has 4 petals that have a very cross-like shape. This one, and if you go to Dr. Jones' book, Plant Life of Kentucky, this is one that is listed in the book as infrequent, but here in the central part of the state, if you drive down 27, if you're going south on 27 or north or either way, if you look on the limestone outcrops of those areas, you're generally going to see this kind of pink layer that goes over the top of them, and that's exactly what this is. So that's kind of its habitat. It loves these exposed limestone areas, very thin soils, and so this one is kind of a perfect example of that. It's very thin soil that's here, and I'm in kind of a garden area. I don't know if you all can see the things around me, but I'm in a youth garden that they had at one point. So, but Sedum pulchellum, it is in the family Crassulaceae, which is the stone crop family or the orpine family, and most of these love like really arid conditions because they're mostly succulents. The one that we typically think about when we think about this family is we think about wild stone crop, or what's also called world stone crop. And that one has a white flower. It generally, once again, grows on exposed rocks or very thin soils, and has a round leaf on it. And it's a really pretty flower, but it's white, so that one's a little bit different. This one, like you see, is this very beautiful pink color, and the leaves are a little bit different. Okay, so on the wildstone crop, on Sedum ternatum, they're actually whorled, which means that they all attach at the same node and go around. These are alternate, so if you look and you can see the leaves on these are actually alternate. So these little succulent leaves that are on them, it's just a little bit different feature. The flower looks very similar, but a little bit different feature. It's one of the things that you want to make sure that you pick out if you actually see this species. A couple of things about it, I was talking to Kathy as I was getting prepared, and I always try and, number one, I want to make sure that I know what I'm looking at, so I try and key everything out based on the characteristics that are here. So I want to make sure that I'm right. The second thing is that I want to make sure that I've got like some really cool information, because it's not enough to just come out here and be like, oh, this is this plant, and that be done with it. So one of the things that I actually read about this plant, or about all members of the Sedum family, is that at night, in order for them to take in more carbon dioxide, so they actually open up. So they'll open up at night, not the flower, but the porous portions of the leaves will open up and take in carbon dioxide. And then during the day, when the heat of the day is on, they'll close those up so that they can retain moisture. So it's one of the ways that that they're able to stay alive in these in typically, and like with a lot of Crassulaceae or Sedum species, you're talking about places that are very arid or that they're not getting a lot of rain, and so it helps them retain water. In central Kentucky, I think we're well aware we get plenty of rain. I think this spring is indicative of that, but that's one of the things about this particular plant, is that that it's retaining that water. It's really a cool, beautiful little plant. As far as medicinal uses are concerned, there's some historical uses, talking about things like poultices that were made out of the stems of it and rubbed on wounds or whatnot. There are some sedums that are actually edible, but this is one that, once again, I would stay away from, and I strongly discourage randomly eating just things off the ground if you don't need to. So if you happen to be in the wilderness and you're stuck or stranded or whatever, and what you're looking at, okay, I mean, that's fine. But if you're not, then it becomes a little bit more tricky. So I would strongly discourage that. But anyway, this is a cool little plant. Like I said, it's in the Crassulaceae family, or the stonecrop or orpine family. This is called Sedum pulchellum, Pulchellum, and like I said, it essentially means that it sits. And when it talks about it sits, it covers an area. So when I talk about it was on limestone areas, it'll absolutely cover an area. And there's several plants that are actually around here. And then when we talk about beautiful as far as the flower, you can see it's really gorgeous flower. So not very big. This is about as big as it's going to get. It's probably about 4.5–5 inches tall. It may get a little bit bigger than that, but generally not too much bigger. So anyway, I really think it's just a cool plant, and I'm glad that I happen to be here and just happen to see it, so that I could share it with you all. But anyway, I will let you all go. But if you ever have any questions about anything related to plants or flowers, feel free to contact me. My email address is eric, eric.comley, COMLEY @uky.edu, or you can obviously reach me on the Garrard County 4-H Facebook page. But I'm going to be doing a couple more this week on the ground sessions. I hope that you are continuing to enjoy them, and because I'm definitely enjoying getting out and showing off some of the really cool plants that we have in Kentucky, and this being one of them. So I look forward to being on the ground, I guess, soon with you all. So thank you all very much, and I will see you all soon. This is On the Ground with your 4-H agent, Eric Comley. Thank you.